Hey guys, it's Jeff from Magnolia Photography SC, wildlife photographer in Charleston, South Carolina, and today we are out at the Boone Hall Plantation, such a beautiful, beautiful location here in South Carolina. A place that I come to quite frequently. There's a lot of wildlife here typically. Of course, we are still in the winter months here for the South Carolina area, but things have been picking up with wildlife as things have been returning to the area, and we are just a few weeks away from kind of our peak migration period, which is supposed to be somewhere right around April 30th. I am here right now. I got set up. As you can see, I've got my camo net, my camera. I'm on a tripod. I want to do some video and some photographs today. But there's a lot going on. We have a ton of great white egrets in the area. We also have some wood ducks, which I've been photographing, and something spooked them a little while ago and they took off. But I'm sure they will return. As a matter of fact, I think I see them out there right now quite a ways away. So far, I have just been using the Sony A1 with my 600mm lens. I have not put on the teleconverter yet, although this is a pretty good day and pretty good conditions for the teleconverter. Low humidity, we got plenty of light. So things are good, and I'm probably going to use the teleconverter at some point. And I know that recent video I put out on teleconverters and cropping caused a little bit of a stir, but that's good. That's good that we're all kind of having a discussion and sharing thoughts and ideas. But be constructive with the criticism. It's okay for everyone to have a different opinion, but it's how we communicate with one another that's important. So I think we need to be respectful in the comments, and that's the type of community I want here. So hopefully everyone agrees with that. Anyway, let's get back to photographing here. We got a lot of different things going on, and I really hope that we're going to catch some good stuff today, including some video and photos. And then, of course, we'll have a lot of work to do back in the studio when it comes to editing. All right, guys, I'm going to keep you with me here, but for right now, I'm going to try to maybe change my position. It's gotten a little bit quiet where I am, and we'll see what's going on. All right, be back soon. All right, so I was getting set to change positions, but the wood ducks actually started coming back over into the area that I was in, so I just settled back down here. And then I looked up and there was an alligator not too far from me. So he's kind of a big one, so I was just keeping my eye on him for a second. He's swimming around and seems a little bit more active, and I just don't trust them when they're doing that. I don't have a lot of experience with alligators, but since we've lived here, I've seen a couple of attacks, and everyone says that, like one guy reported that it was like it was running across the top of the water. He flew out of the water, got a hold of the guy, and brought him down to the bottom of the river that he was in. And he squeezed the alligator, which apparently is what will let them release you. They don't like to be squeezed like that. So if you ever get attacked by an alligator, just give them a big hug. Probably save your life. But again, I like to keep my arms, I like to keep my legs, so I wasn't going to screw around with the alligator. He was swimming over towards me. He's still in the area, keeping an eye on me, which makes me just a little uncomfortable because they can move and move fast. So I will be keeping a close eye. I did get a couple pictures, like I said. I think I said that anyway. If I didn't, I did get a couple pictures of him. Nothing special. He's in the water with just his head sticking out a little bit. But just so you can kind of see what I'm dealing with here. All right, so I'm going to go back to see what else we can get. Here comes the alligator again, and hopefully he just doesn't decide to attack me because I don't have much to fight him off with other than some tripods. All right, hang tight. All right, guys, so I was just sitting here and an osprey came into the area, and he has been flying around, hovering over the water that I'm sitting here at. I got a bunch of photographs with him in the sky, hovering in the sky, just circling around. He then took a dive. He couldn't have been any further away from me if I had tried. He went to the complete opposite corner of the pond. Anyway, I don't know what I've got right now. I tried to take a quick peek at the back of the screen, you know, and go through the photos through the viewfinder. It seems that we have some decent images, but you know, you got to wait till you get it onto the big screen to really see all the fine details and focus and all those good things. But I think we're going to get some good pictures here of the osprey. And he has left the area. He didn't get a fish, unfortunately, when he took the dive, so I thought he was going to hang around because he was really circling over a specific area of this pond. And so I really thought that maybe he had really had his eyes set on something and was tracking something. But I think he maybe went across the street over there because there is some more water and more fishing that he can do over there. But you know, hey, that's the way it goes. But that was a pretty cool moment right here, and looking forward to it. Alligators still in the area, so hopefully, you know, I was kind of oblivious to them as I was photographing the osprey. So you know, you got to keep an eye on them because you never know what they're going to do. But a lot of fun so far, and stay tuned for more. So, man, there are alligators everywhere today, and two of them just went after each other really quick. Did not catch a photograph of it because I was walking around with my camera and blocked out by it, but I could see one alligator come out from a little bit of a big splash that occurred in the water. And he started to move away, and then the other alligator was right there. So there must have been some sort of territorial thing going on, some kind of alpha thing going on. I'm not sure what it was, but it was kind of cool to see the splash and see the gator coming out of it. Just saw a wood duck. I got a quick picture. I don't know how it's going to be. There was a bunch of them all gathered together, so I'm hoping to get some of the babies, you know, in a better picture today, but I don't know if the mother will come back with them or not. So that'll be cool, though, to know that they are here. This is always a fun time of year for that. Just going to keep on going, just trying to avoid the alligators that are all around me today. There are tons. I would say there's a good 5 or 6 gators right now in a very close proximity to each other and myself. So it's a fun day. Stay tuned. So things have gotten just a little bit quiet, which would make sense because we're getting to about noontime here. So heat is starting to pick up a little bit here, but it's not horrendous today. I mean, it's only going to be in probably the low 70s. So it's not like we're going to have that real dramatic South Carolina heat, you know, where it's 110, 115 with the humidity. Was able to get a few of the roseate spoonbill. Here he's up in a tree, just kind of hanging out, looks kind of tired. Eyes are closing and opening. So I got a little profile, you know, portrait type picture, standing on one leg. So they're always cool. If you're not familiar with them, they're pink in color. This one is a juvenile though, because he doesn't have the full adult colors. And in the times that I've been here, I've only seen the juvenile, which is interesting. I haven't seen one of the adults, which I'd really like to see because their colors are super beautiful, super vibrant, and they've got a lot more colors than the juveniles. All right, we're going to continue our fun here at Boone Hall Plantation. Stick with me, and I hope we get to see some more wildlife. So interesting, the roseate spoonbill flew out of the tree, was right down in front of me, so I started taking some pictures of that bird. Then the osprey came back, so I got some more pictures of him. He took another dive. Next thing I know, as I'm photographing the roseate spoonbill, I see two large raptor birds flying. I knew one was the osprey. I suspected one was a bald eagle, and it was. One of them had a fish and dropped it, and then the osprey was kind of attacking the bald eagle. I got some pictures of them. I don't know how good they're going to be or what I got exactly, because it was very last minute that I picked it up as I was photographing that roseate spoonbill. I can see right now the bald eagle is, I can see him up in the sky. He looks like he's leaving the area. Perhaps it is going to be the osprey. They're circling around, so they're in the area, so hopefully they come back. I don't know what'll happen there, but hopefully they do, because that can be some great footage. Unfortunately, they scared away my roseate spoonbill, who was probably 30 yards away from me. It was close, it was nice. The lighting is not the best on the roseate. It's a little sunny, but just trying to work the exposure to get it to a point where, you know, I can work with it a little bit more when I get it back into DxO Photolab 8 and do some editing with it. But man, what a lot of activity, and there is something so cool about seeing that osprey and that bald eagle going at it. So roseate spoonbill is now flying back this way. I'm gonna be turning this off right now. Hopefully you can catch some more of this. So I've been here now for nearly 4 hours. It's 1 o'clock, and things have quieted down pretty quickly. Just when I thought things were quieting down earlier, they picked up a few minutes after. But things are definitely quiet right now. Everybody's just sitting in the trees, except for the Canadian or Canada geese behind me. They're loudmouths, but and they're sitting really close to me. I don't know if you can pick it up in the video or not. I'm guessing you can. Yeah, but the osprey seems to have left the area. The bald eagle left the area. Really just the anhingas flying around and some of the great white egrets. Great white egrets, super tough right now to photograph in this bright sun. It's just, you know, you can expose for them. Wow, that was something big that just fell out of the tree. You can expose for them, but in doing so, you're going to create a super dark background. So it's really difficult to photograph those white birds on a day like today. And as I'm sitting here talking and wishing there was some activity, there was an anhinga that just took off out of the water. Those are always fun shots, as you get to see their feet pushing off of the water as they're flapping their wings. Oh well, right? That's the way it goes. But anyway, not sure if I'm gonna call it a day yet or not. I'd kind of like to try to be a little bit more patient and see if something else happens here, but I'm not sure that it's going to. So I'll try to hang in a little longer and we'll see what we can come up with. So stay tuned.